Let's do a 3-minute deck tech on Spider-Punk under 50 bucks. All right, y'all. Today I built Spider-Punk, a mono red commander from the new Spider-Man set. For anybody new to Magic, this is a really good beginner-friendly deck because I built it to be a very budget-friendly and a very simple deck. You're just making a tribe of spiders and then swinging out and beating people up. The goal of this deck is to literally overwhelm your opponents with spiders and beat people down. Spider-Punk says Riot, which is an ability that gives him haste and or a 1/1 counter when he enters the battlefield. Most of the time, you're going to do the 1/1 counter because you want to get him bigger and stronger. And he gives all your other spiders Riot, which is great, so you can put 1/1 counters or haste depending on what you want to do. And he also has spells can't be countered and damage can't be prevented. That's really good. So now you can do a bunch of damage spells anytime someone tries to protect their board. They literally get no protection whatsoever because you're just going to prevent their protection. And we got a few colorless spiders, because a lot of people forget colorless has spiders. So we got a few of those bad boys in here, and then we got a few changelings to help balance it out and give nice buffs to all the other spiders. So this deck stacks really well when you have them all together on the battlefield. You get a lot of counters put on them, a lot of buffs, a lot of lords. Tareen Muller makes a great appearance in this deck as, it being a changeling, it gets all the spider benefits, and, you can use your Riot with it, which is a really good ability. I put quite a bit of ramp in the deck. I want to make sure that, you're able to play the things you want and play relatively quickly. With red, you're going to be playing fast and kind of turboing out, so I put a lot of ramp to help speed you up in the game, so it won't hurt to get that ramp later on when you're really trying to beat people up. Another great feature with this deck is making things not be able to block, so I put a few spells in there that make your opponent's creatures not able to block, and so you can kind of swing out and do the damage that you need to do. We got a few banners in. We got Vanquisher's Banner, Herald's Horn, Patchwork Banner, Banner of Kinship. We have a few of those in there. Those all give buffs to your spiders and just make them all like triple the size. A really good card that's overlooked a lot is Tectonic Reformation. I think with a deck like this where you're running mostly mountains in it, having the ability to turn your mountains into card draw is really good. You can just cycle your lands, draw some cards. And then I'm going to do one quick shout out to Tessak, Judas Hellhound. That card is really good in this deck because it basically allows it so that any creature that we have with a 1/1 counter has haste. So all of our rioting abilities are, we just all choose the counters at that point, and then it gives everything haste anyway. So it's like you get the best of both worlds with Riot. And on top of that, we have a few cards that, like Mask with Nexus, that create 2/2 changeling creatures that are basically all creature types. Or we have a few of them that have specific creature types that it creates, and we're obviously going to choose Spider. So we have other ways to get spiders too. When they ETB, they also have Riot, which is also awesome. One last card I'd like to shout out is Norn Swift Survivalist. This is a really good card for any sort of like combat focused red decks because you're going to send your creatures and someone blocks and does some combat trick. Now you can exile them and recast that creature. Some cards are really good to recast, like Solemn Simulacrum, and I think it's just a really good combination for the deck. So guys, if you enjoyed that, please drop a follow and a like. Let me know what you think of this video. I'm doing 3-minute deck techs now to kind of like open it up a little bit, make sure people have more time to kind of see the cards and hear what I have to say about it. So if you like the content, follow Skis, baby. Let's keep it going.